YouTubers, welcome to Sharp Context Sports, where there's no touting, just tips and picks, analytics, and some tricks to give you an edge in the world of sports betting and fantasy sports. Come join us and help create a community for all of us to talk and enjoy sports together. Welcome, YouTubers. Let's talk about Oakland at Carolina. The line right now is sitting at +3, and the total is 47.5. This year, the wise guys are pretty high on Oakland because they've had some good drafts in the last few years, couple years. Their defense is a work in progress, but their O-line is solid. They have a really good running back, decent, so okay receiving core. And the issue with that team is Derek Carr. We don't know what you're going to get with him every day. As for John Gruden, I think he's not the greatest. He's not the worst. He's a pretty decent play caller. The wise guys likes Oakland a lot this year, but I think they're just a borderline playoff team. And then you got Carolina, who overhauled the whole franchise. They got a new coach, new OC, new everything, new quarterback. Half the starters are gone. Their defense is a mess. Last year, they were the worst run defense in the league. They couldn't stop anyone. So this year they drafted with the first pick. They went with D tackle from Auburn. You'd assume he'd make an immediate impact in the run game. Their defensive backfield's a mess. This could be the worst defense in the league this year. This Carolina team could be a fantasy goldmine because they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Teddy Bridgewater gets a bad rep about being a game manager, but if you really think about it, he's never had a deep threat. And when they say he doesn't have a big arm, if you look at the film, 100% of the time he's overthrowing it. You look back at his days in Louisville, he's shown that he can take over a game. Even in Minnesota, even though they were more of a run-first, passive team, people are going to look at his stats and laugh at him for his TD ratio. But if you look at it, every time they get down, they're always running the ball. If you look at the points for, they're an average team, so they weren't the worst. Then he goes to the Saints, where he actually has a receiver now. In the last two games, you saw glimpses of what he can do. In Minnesota, they played in a system where it didn't suit his style. They ran a lot of 7-step drops, a lot of deep routes, with the worst O-line and no receiver. Then you see him in New Orleans, and he's pretty efficient. And now he's in Carolina, where the OC was also with him in New Orleans. So this system isn't new to him. He knows this system. I believe it'll be an easier transition for him because he already understands this. And he's like a coach out there. He's been working extra time with his receivers. So I expect them to come to this game more up to speed than what people think. And I mentioned they have one of the best running backs in the league. DJ Moore's pretty good too at the wide receivers. There's plenty of weapons for Teddy to thrive in this offense. So in this game, I see Oakland trying to establish a run, try to slow the game down, while I believe Carolina is going to push the pace. The wise guys has Oakland beating Carolina by more than 3 points. But I don't know if I'm going to buy it. They're not good on the road. And I believe we haven't seen the best of Teddy. They could obviously start slow and then pick up the offense later in the second half of the season. But I believe they'll be able to score, put enough points, and even get the straight up win. So with that, I'd take the Carolina +3.